And just like that, we're live. It's pretty crazy. Welcome to Side Jag. Oh my gosh, who's not excited about that? I'm so excited to be here. Tonight we're going to talk about boy bands and crazy blimps and just mishaps of Florida. I
And
mean,
Lou Pearlman.
mishaps of Florida.
Shit like this always happens in Florida.
It does. It does. It's unbelievable. It's amazing how it's the epicenter of the world. The universe, the known universe is focused here in Florida, as always. But we are your hosts. I'm Dean. This is my partner.
High five.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. Sorry for the delay. We had to have a quick pee break, and I had to tell Dean a story that's not getting told on this.
No, that's okay. Because we're going to talk about food. I feel we need to talk about food.
Dude,
there's a picture of food.
Let me pull
that is just.
So let me ask you. Well, let me show you the regular meal first. I'll show you the regular meal first, and then I'll go into the side meal.
Side meal.
Yes. So we were at a place and I wanted to try everything, so I bought a bunch that I knew I wasn't going to eat that day, and plan on eating it for dinner. So let me just show you.
All right, show me.
Because I want to try a little bit of everything.
Okay. Like a buffet. Oh, okay. So it's a barbecue.
So this is the best barbecue I've had in South Carolina.
Okay. Wait. Carolina. Got to narrow it.
Best barbecue I've ever had.
So we got cornbread, pulled pork, ribs, sausage, beans, and is that mashed potatoes? What is that?
That is potato salad.
Potato salad. Okay. Right. Wow, that's some.
And I will say that the sides were good, but they were just average. You know, they're not good, or they were good, not bad. They just weren't they weren't meeting my expectations.
Right, which I feel is a lot of the times the case, which I think is where most barbecue places screw up.
Yeah,
because the sides have to be the best.
You know what? You and Derek totally 100% agree on that.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Like, a lot of people can do really good pulled pork, right? And a lot of people can do really good ribs. And cornbread seems to be not that hard to make amazing anymore.
Yeah.
But if you fuck up the sides, that's really the most important thing on the menu, because that differentiates. Like we go to this Hawaiian place, and they make pasta salad, because Hawaiians is like big on pasta salad. Or noodle salad, macaroni salad.
Yeah.
And theirs is fantastic. I will just go in there and buy a pint of macaroni salad.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So if your sides are just meh,
you
know.
Well, I would say these are as good as like any barbecue place you'd go into. They just paled in comparison to everything else. The cornbread, might have been the best cornbread I ever had in my life.
Looks good.
And that shocked me. And then I bought like two of everything, and I bought two ribs. Like, there, you gotta try the rib, because he bought a bunch of stuff too, and he was raving about the rib. So I go in on the sausage. Sausage is wonderful. It's like black pepper, garlic. It was really good. The pulled pork, which is one of the easiest things to do in barbecue, I would say, in my experience. Man, it was fantastic.
Really? Okay.
Pulled pork was amazing. Not pictured here, but Derek got the brisket. The sliced brisket was wonderful. This rib, though, and I'm not a rib guy. I cook ribs a lot because everybody else likes them.
Yeah.
But this was probably the best rib I ever had in my life.
What was the name of this place?
It was called Redneck Barbecue Lab.
All right, so
and it, like everything here was handmade. So they make, they don't buy anything. They make everything from scratch.
It looks it.
Even their buns they make from scratch.
Oh wow!
So that's the meal, and definitely by far the best barbecue I've had in North Carolina.
Okay,
another spot that was pretty good. Now this, if I can pull it up here. First, I want to see if you know what this is, and I'm pretty sure you want to know. But then I want to get your take on this dish. It's the first time I ever tried it. What do you think it is?
Hmm.
And it's giant. There's like a lot of it in there.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say it looks like an egg salad sandwich, but it just doesn't make sense.
It's a pimento cheese sandwich.
See, I was hoping you weren't going to say cheese because
Yeah.
I was just hoping it was like a really dark, because that makes it very unappealing to me.
And I've never had pimento cheese because I've always had the same thing. Like it does not look good to me. Like I don't
No.
like the cheese. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, I don't know if it's just this one. And I asked Eric, and he was like, "Yeah, I ate it when I was a kid, but not from here, just in general."
Yeah.
And he was kind of like, you know, he really didn't have a strong opinion on it either way.
Yeah.
But like, if all pimento cheese is like this, it's a freaking.
So that's just straight
good.
cheese?
No, it's like it's got the pimentos like that are in olives. It's like
Yeah.
an egg salad with a cheesy flavor, I would say.
Okay.
It is. It was. I was expected to hate it. It was like it was only like $5. That's half the sandwich, and I ate the whole sandwich. So
Wow.
So I ate the whole sandwich, and I saved basically everything except for what I sampled of the barbecue.
Right.
I ate that before I got on my flight, but
Wow. See, I would never eat that much before I got on a flight.
yeah.
That'd be a very sweaty flight.
Yes. Which, goes back to the story why I asked to use the middle vent.
Yeah, no, I mean, it would be sweaty because I'd be going, I'm gonna have to kill that bathroom here.
Oh man, no. Heck no. Luckily I wasn't. And I ate it like a couple hours before the flight. So
yeah, no, still not happening.
But that was my food experience. That barbecue place, for sure. Like I would say it's in the top 10 of barbecue I've ever had.
Yeah, so since we're talking about food, the Disney Cruise Lines, they every night you have a bougie dinner. Okay, every night you have a bougie dinner. It's all, and everyone, but like Haley and myself are on board for the bougie dinner.
Yeah,
they are so excited. The scallops and the shrimp and the steak and those three things over again, but in a different way, and like lobsters and just like all of this stuff that just has no appeal to me whatsoever. And it's not that I'm not adventurous. I just like, I got some stuff I've never had before this time just to try it, and I was like, no.
How do you feel about the formality of the meal? Like, do you like that, or are you indifferent, or you just don't like it?
I don't care for presentation of food. I will you can make it look like goo as long as it tastes good and doesn't have mushrooms.
Like the shit they eat on the Matrix.
I'm fine with that. Whatever. Can I have some bread, crackers to dip in it? I really don't care. One night, like I tried to find, I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to find something every night on the menu that just is close enough, right? It's close enough. And so I had like a couple appetizers were like, they had some like soup, some really good soups. Like I had some really good soup. I tried some weird chowder soup, not like oyster crap or seafood. It was a weird, it was like a potato
corn chowder.
It was a corn chowder, but of something, like there was something with the corn chowder that
probably had potatoes in it. So yeah.
I don't remember, but it was really good. I was like, can we taste the corn? I really hate corn. Like, not really. The other thing in it is that's just for fluff. And I was like, and it was they were right. It was pretty good. You could taste the corn still, but the other flavor was good. So I was like, all right, well that's fine. So like I had some really good soups, very successful soup run, which was nice. okay salad one night that was like, all right, it was a wedge salad. I feel it's really hard to fuck up a wedge salad, but then you put nuts on it and you're like, yeah, okay, well, you know how to fuck it up.
Nuts on a wedge salad?
Yeah, it had walnuts.
Just a blue cheese, the wedge.
Yeah, I know. I picked them off and like,
what are you? That's my favorite salad, a wedge salad.
Yeah.
I
didn't even mind the blue cheese
salad eater either. So I'm like, it's kind of like a special occasion.
Like I like salads. I'm obviously a salad eater, so it's I like my greens. But like I don't remember what I had the first night. It was that lackluster. It just wasn't anything to get excited about. But the whole it was all good. It was like, okay, this wasn't bad. I don't remember what it was, but it was like, yeah, all right, this worked. And the sides, I ate the sides, and mainly because I was starving. So it was like, this is okay. The second night, there was absolutely zero. And I said to the guy, I said, listen, this all looks like trash. Can I get the kids pot pie? Because they had pot pies that night. He's like, I don't think it'll be enough. I said, all right, well, give me the kids chicken fingers too. I'm sorry, fish. They had like kids codfish fingers or something. I said, well, give me the fish fingers. So, which there was enough of the pot pie. I guess this guy thought I ate a lot, but it was weird because it was the pot pie didn't have dough around it. It was just like the goo in the middle. It was very strange. Yeah,
really? Not even
it was very. Yeah, it was so bizarre, but it still tasted good. It was just
it's like the pot pie mixture is good by itself.
Yeah.
But it's like a little bit of the crust, the flakiness is kind of like.
That's what you need it, and it didn't have that. And Haley got the same thing, and she was like, "This sucks." And I go, "That's actually really good." So, and then I got they had chicken, the German stuff, schnitzel.
Oh yes, where they pound the hell out of it.
Basically just fried chicken planks. I mean, it's like,
but it's like this thin, yeah,
panko or whatever. I don't know, breadcrumby shit. And that was okay, but the rest of the it came with some other shit that I was just like, yeah, this ain't doing anything for me.
Right.
But now I'm a big breakfast guy. Like I love for me, I will get up and do their breakfast because and there all I get is eggs. But sunny side up or hard over or whatever it is, where I can dip the shit in, it's not runny. Yeah. So I was eating those. I was living my best life. Literally just get a plate of those and just sit down with a piece of toast.
Yeah.
And just dip away. But then the second day, they have these things called Churro waffles, which are the little miniature Mickey waffles, but they're churros.
Yeah.
And they're crack.
They just put cinnamon and sugar all over them, basically.
They're good. It's and touch them like God touches them. So they're like crack. And apparently they only would do them on long voyages, but enough people complained or requested them that they're starting to do them one day on the short trips. And so as soon as Haley and I got there, man, I just literally walked up to the kids line where they have them. I was like, give me 2 of those. I got that and an egg, and I just sat there and was like, I don't even put syrup on them, nothing. They're so amazing, And then one day at lunch, I had chicken tikka masala, which is an Indian food.
Tikka masala,
that's so good. I was like, oh, this is fantastic. And then they wanted the next day they wanted to go to the dine-in lunch because there's something they were making that day that they were fans of.
Right.
And I was like, there's literally nothing that I want on this menu. Even on the kids menu, it was questionable. And I was like, they have a Mexican pizza. What does that mean? And she's like, it's just a pizza, a kid's pizza with vegetables and shit. I said, fine, I'll take that. Whatever.
Yeah.
So it was literally just like a pizza with onions, diced tomatoes, diced green peppers.
Wow.
They called it a Mexican pizza for some reason. And I'm like,
yeah,
because it's supposed to be like salsa. I mean, what?
That's why I didn't like about Royal, and it's not what you're talking about, but Royal Caribbean, like a lot of stuff they'd have at the main dining, they had at buffet.
Yeah, not here.
Like at Carnival, you have a totally separate menu for what you can get at the main. Versus
so the night is totally now. The one thing this ship has, it has all the little restaurants that you can do throughout the day.
Right.
So they have a barbecue restaurant.
Ooh.
And so I got barbecue. I was like, let me get the sausage and let me get that mac and cheese because they got like homemade mac and cheese with breadcrumbs and crap. Oh, dude, That shit was good. And the sausage was just like, man, yummy. But I only have to do it once. Like these guys will just like keep going back to this shit. And I'm just like, no, I just need a little bit. I got the ice cream one day.
Yeah.
Dude, and then I go and they have ice cream you can buy, which is a gelato. They had gelato.
Right.
And they had like a red velvet gelato with a red velvet cone. And I was
ooh, damn.
Dude, the cone was the best part. No shit. Red velvet cone, waffle cone. Oh
Yeah.
my God, it was fantastic. Dude, I'm down about that much and it falls out of my hand. And I'm just like, seriously? This is how this is this trip. The trip was like that. I mean, it was like
ups and downs. You're so high and then the bottom falls out.
Yeah, it was so fucked up.
I feel like that about Andy's frozen. Like I don't put nothing in it. Just give me that cone. That sweet sugar waffle cone.
Yeah, it was so good. I was like, oh man, that was the best part.
Yeah.
But food wise, it was just one of those things where it was like, I had pizza one night because it was like the late, and they're like, they were
basically the only thing that's ever open.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, let me get a piece of cheese, and they're like, just one. I was like, believe it or not, yeah, just one. It's like, I know, just put it in my hand. I don't even want you to dirty the plate. I mean, it feels like such a crime.
Yeah.
They do have like a taco / Mexican food bar where they'll make the little soft tacos and put whatever you want on them. I haven't done that yet.
Oh man, that was my jam on Carnival. I will say, like Royal Caribbean, the food was just way disappointing. Now we had the best server I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, we didn't get that this time.
Yeah, oh, that sucks. Did I tell you the story about Kyle's girlfriend picking the wrong dessert and he tried to talk her out of it?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That one was pretty funny, but
yeah, this was weird. Like the whole it wasn't a bad cruise. It wasn't a bad cruise. We had a great time. Everyone was enjoying themselves, but it almost felt like some of the staff was just like, I get off in like 3 days, and I don't get like, I'm just on borrowed time here.
They just came back from a 10-day cruise or some crap.
Yeah. But I mean, like we stopped in the Bahamas. I didn't get off the boat. We stayed on the boat, went on the little roller coaster water ride that they have, and played, boat games and ate boat food, and it was fine. And then the next day we went to their island, their Castaway Key that they have, and we went to the adult beach. I've never been to the adult beach because we always go and get a cabana and spend way too much money. Yeah. And this trip, it was like, we're going discount, and so we just went to. I was like, dude, the adult beach was the best beach. I was like the other beach has like rocks and shit everywhere, and it just like tears up your feet, and it's just miserable. I was like, so I went and bought shoes because I was like, all right, I'm bringing shoes.
Yeah,
water shoes. And no, didn't need. Like, I'm like, why do we not come here? Why are we paying it? Like, that's just dumb. Like, this is fantastic. Like, the only thing that sucked is like their food area isn't as organized as the regular area. Same food, but it just wasn't as organized. And I had a couple Impossible burgers, which grilled Impossible burgers aren't too bad.
Well, I feel the same way about the Burger King ones because they do the flame broiling or whatever.
Yeah, those would probably be okay then.
They're just like, I feel like for me they're passable.
No,
it's like I'm not gonna choose it though. But they have these promotions where you buy one Whopper, they give you an Impossible free. So that's how I tried it.
Yeah, free. That's that. I would not order this as a. It was either that or some weird looking barbecue shit that had like there was like salmon cakes or something, and I was like, no, I'd just rather have lettuce on a bun at this point. And Sue goes, they have Impossible burgers, and I was like, sold. Pick one of those.
I feel like they should always have a chicken option, like a grilled chicken option. If they're doing burgers, grilled chicken sandwich option.
Yeah, they didn't. They had steak option. You could get a steak.
I mean, hey,
and everyone
for everybody else then.
Yeah, and that was the other thing with going to the adult beach is you get the steak option that you don't get at the other place.
I'd be right next to Sue, napkin tied around my fork, like let's eat the hell out of these steaks.
Oh Yeah, it was, dude. That was just the line. Who's waiting on steaks? We're all waiting on steaks. Okay, can you get out of my way so I can get an Impossible Burger?
Yeah.
So, what? Yeah, no, yeah. Give me the fake shit right here. Put it on there. Yeah, get out of my way, bitch. Yeah. So,
Oh.
and we watched Deadpool again.
Oh, they showed it on there.
Oh yeah, dude. You what a train wreck, man. Like everyone had their kids. Like I sat through it like 1.5 times.
Yeah.
And all these little kids with their parents. And like, dude, that opening sequence is just like, and I'm just looking at these parents going, they're like 5.
Did you not
maybe
know?
4. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know I cuss a lot, but like not when I'm around a 3 or 4-year-old.
Exactly.
This is what, okay, hey, enjoy. Wait till we get to the gratuitous violence.
Yeah.
So, good times. We never tried real barbecue.
Oh,
We never had brisket.
a shame, man. That's a shame.
Yeah, I could see that in Canada.
Brisket's so hit and miss, though. Like, if you have bad brisket, you really won't like it that much.
I have never, and nothing against Canada.
Yeah.
But I have yet to have any good food in Canada.
Aren't they all? Well, I'm saying
I don't know. They all suck.
But like, can't French people cook? Or
I have not had, like, when we went on the other coast last year, like we ate in restaurants, they all sucked.
Yeah.
We went, I've been there in Toronto. They all suck. I have not had memorable food at all in Canada. I mean, I feel bad for them
because they're on my list. I've never been to Canada, so we're kind of checking off bucket list vacation items. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I have to go there.
Yeah. Dude, trust me, I love Canada. Like,
yeah.
Beautiful. Weather's amazing. People are fantastic. I've done, like, everyone up there is your friend. Well, they might be. Just because, like, but I love every experience I have when I go there.
Yeah.
But the food has always sucked.
That sucks.
Like,
yeah,
so weird. So weird. And it's like, hey, guy, like, okay, I take that back. When we went, okay, no, you know what? I just remembered. The last night we were there, we went out for my buddy Josh's. He just got a promotion in Kenwood, and he took over for Seth. And so the Glenn and his team of Canadians, plus a bunch of like Jeff Smith and the guy from JL, a guy from Morel, and all of us all went out to celebrate. And we ended up at this Japanese restaurant that was only Japanese by some part. I don't really know why, but they made fried chicken. Okay. And definitely some of the best fried chicken I've ever had in my life. So yes, I take that back. But other than that, and that was an accident. Like, it was like, it wasn't even really on the menu. They were like, we have fried chicken. And I was like, because nothing looked good. When we were flying out the next day, and like everything in there was like toadstools and shit. I'm just like, I don't want any of this crap. I'm fine. I'll just watch you guys eat, because I'm not eating nothing off of this fucking menu. And the guy goes, "Oh, we have fried chicken," and I was like, "Sure." And it came out, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And Glenn was like, "Do you like it?" I said, "Yeah, it's really good." All right, well, give me another order of fried chicken. So
why is this not on the main menu,
dude? I sat there and ate this fried chicken. But it was an accident. That's what I'm saying. It was weird, and it was like, who would go to a Japanese restaurant and think they're gonna have amazing fried chicken? Like, nobody.
It's not a Jollibee.
Yeah, and so there again, like I said, I've never had good food there, because even that was an accident.
All right.
And I know they have good food. Don't get me wrong. I know they have good food. I just haven't been to a place that serves it. So maybe one day. And the breakfast, like we had the breakfast buffet one morning, and I'm like, I just looked at the guys and said, all right, everyone, prepare to be disappointed. And they're like, why? It's just because we're getting a breakfast buffet in Canada. And I'm like, well, I don't understand. I was like, because the food here sucks, guys. What are you talking about? I live here. I go,
exactly.
And it's amazing you're as big as you are, because if this is all I had to eat, I would be like non-existent. Like, don't consider myself a foodie, but damn.
That's kind of how it is when you go to Dutch, Pennsylvania. It's a lot of bland food, but then they have like some crazy wild bangers you wouldn't expect. Like they do super good pretzels. They have like field pretzels that are really good,
Mm.
and like everything else is just like.
Yeah. One day, I mean, I'm hoping. You know, it's funny too because they always tell me. My buddy Phil is always like, "I got to take you to someplace great." I said, "Please, please, just anything good. Like, just take me
Yeah,
to a place that they speak French. You speak French. You know, take me to some place that they speak French, and
yeah,
I'll get some really like I can go. Oh my god, the food I had in Canada.
right. Well,
No,
see, me and Derek typically will do Bojangles, but I was Bojangles out because we had it in Virginia where I went.
yeah,
So the second one, which is better than Bojangles, is Biscuitville. They
yeah,
specialize in biscuits.
yeah. You've told me
So
about that.
we went there and had that. And the last time I went there, I had some sweet biscuit. It was just way too much, but we ate. I had a biscuit, sausage gravy biscuit, and a
Nice.
simple breakfast. But
Yeah.
it was filling. We didn't eat again till that night. Derek grilled us some pretty good burgers. He's got a good method for grilling burgers. Got to meet Derek's dad,
Oh.
who is 85 years old.
Oh God.
Doesn't look a day over 65. Dude's
Fantastic.
around driving himself like you would never know. He's 85, so really really cool guy. So
That's cool.
had a blast.
That's sweet.
Yeah,
So, with all the food talk out of the way, did you get a chance? Obviously, you got a chance to watch this documentary.
I watched it.
Um, all right, hold on. What's that weird fact I learned yesterday, Dean, which you would know probably? I have been to Disneyland in Anaheim. Our friend has gone to Disney World in Florida. Disneyland is 500 acres. Disney World is 30,000. Yes.
Disney World is a city.
Yes. It's
Yeah,
actually between two cities, but yeah.
it has its own interstate and it goes through it and everything.
Yeah, and this was the thing that Ron DeSantis, that everyone thought was going to be the next president, has managed to fuck up. He
Oh,
went to battle with Disney, and one of those, because Disney had a special writer in, it was called the Reedy Creek District,
yeah,
that allowed them to take care of their own area, so not to put the burden on the taxpayers.
yeah,
But that also gave them the ability to police themselves, not like their
yeah,
own fire departments, their own police departments, their own building districts, sporting complexes. Everything was taken care of by them. And then but it was a special waiver that was put in place. And when the dipshit decided that, you know, we were going to become a gaydar state,
yeah,
uh, and become extremely homophobic and start doing weird things. Of course, Disney took their stance on it, and the two of them butted heads. And so the only thing that they could do was pull this from Disney,
right.
just to do battle with it. I don't know. It was a ridiculous thing, but yeah, Disney is gigantic here. You really the thing is it makes it nice. So the reason for it, just since we're going to talk Disney stupid stuff, is when you go to Anaheim, he bought the place not realizing what it was going to become. Just figured it'd be like any other theme park, you know. And it grew to be what it is, and they ran out of land, and everyone built up around them, and made it very difficult for them to do anything. So when they decided to come to the next place, they bought up Florida, but they bought it up using shell companies, and no one knew Disney was buying the land. So
Yeah,
they really had to be very hush hush and quiet about it, because they didn't want the price to get jacked up, and they didn't want everyone to know what they were doing. So he bought up this huge chunk of the middle of Florida that was basically just swamp, shitty land that nobody wanted, and voila, you know. So they have this giant piece of property there that they can do all kinds of fun stuff with, and make all kinds of money. But yeah, that was the thing. And so the plane, Disney had his own plane that sits. It used to sit on the backlot tour at Hollywood Studios. They've remodeled it, I think, and refurbished it or something. Not fly worthy, but they parked it someplace else. But the parks have changed and there's a whole history but like you could literally build a whole nother theme park there and you wouldn't even know it was there.
Yeah.
Like it's there's that much land. It's pretty crazy.
Oh, isn't it like $120 for one park?
Sure. I don't know. We pay for the season pass, so we just pay a whole bunch of money.
If you wanted to go to multiple parks in one day, it'd be close to 200. Last time I looked, and it's been a while, because I hope I never go to Disney ever again. Actually, no, I want to see the Star Wars stuff.
We'll be there in a couple weeks. I think another 2 weeks. So it's yeah, I mean, honestly, right now is the worst time of the year to go. July, August, September. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't even know why we're going. We're going because we're meeting a friend, but otherwise I wouldn't go because it's just unbearable. Like, it's so hot here right now. And it's in the middle of the state, so you don't get the breeze, the ocean breeze or anything like that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Torture. February, March. 2 best times to go. Like, you got to go to Disney February, March. If you got to come to Florida at all, February or March.
Yeah.
If you're coming to the area that people want to generally go to. If you're going to the northern part of I don't know. Those guys have totally different weather than we do. But anyways. All right. So speaking of Florida, and this is Orlando, baby, Universal Studios. That actually used to be a studio where they recorded stuff.
Yeah.
We had Mr. Perlman, who was I guess the easiest way to say it was a genius of a con artist, man.
Right.
Like I wouldn't even call it.
Did you know everything that? So what I knew of Lou Pearlman was he created Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
Yes. And
he was kind of like a star maker. I didn't know any of this other shit. I don't know how I missed it, but I didn't know any of it.
The Blimps?
No, I didn't know the Blimps. I didn't know the Blimps. I didn't know he was a con artist. I didn't know he was arrested. I didn't know any of that.
Dude, it's crazy. Like, it's just insanity, right? Like this guy is just creepy, weird. And there again, the sucky thing is there's two sides to this, right?
Yeah.
We got to see one side of it. And it's really sad because I feel like there was another side to this that might make more sense than the show. Like, the show just made him out to be a master villain. Like, which I don't think that was the case. I don't think that was the case.
And I think they, like, everybody in there, no one was like, because they would want him. They were kind of pushing him, like, is he gay? And, it's all this stuff.
No.
And everyone's like, no. It's like, he's never done that. No one would speak bad of him except for the lawyer that got ripped off by him. Like, the only people that hate him were the people that got ripped off by him, which was not Backstreet Boys or NSYNC or many other people. The people didn't invest their money. They love them.
Well, no, even like what was it? Even one of the it was either the NSYNC or one of those guys, still came to like his birthday party after they sued him to get apart because they're like, yeah, we're still friends. I mean, they paid him a shit ton of money to break off. It wasn't like they were just like, hey, we don't want you anymore.
And the craziest part is, like, this dude, he created the Backstreet Boys. He created NSYNC. He made that happen. He could have been rich from that if he just spent his money wisely. Like, everything else he did was just he did it for nothing. Like, well,
I'm the only thing I can guess is he was just living outside of his means.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
He just was painting this picture of crazy money, opulence, and just like they were talking about how they needed to take a plane back to Florida after 9/11, and they had a chartered jet with jet planes that flew him back down to Florida. He made a call. Like, people believe this guy.
Yeah.
Like, he was a pitch man. He believed what he was doing.
What's crazy about people like this? Usually, when you have someone like this, there's some kind of sexual deviance going on.
Yeah.
There's some kind or drug addiction. This dude, he just liked to eat. He liked to eat.
He was addicted to his lifestyle.
Yeah. I mean, he liked to spend money, be rich. Like, he hurt a lot of people financially, but he's not like raping people. He's not.
No, that's what made it. That's what made it so
Pedophile,
weird.
no, he's
Like
not.
the one guy that was with him, the one musician guy that was with him in the end.
Yeah, that lived with him. Yeah.
Yeah, there was what, two guys. One guy lived with him
different times. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other guy that was the one that was traveling with him,
right?
You know, and like they thought he was the coolest guy in the world,
right? Yeah,
you know, and he was living at his house. He was taking care of his house. He wasn't sleeping with him or anything. He was just
right. Yeah, he was just living there as like he let him live there. Yeah,
yeah. He needed someone to take care of the place because he was traveling all the time.
Yeah,
and he was like, okay, I'll do that. You know, why not?
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, it was just crazy, you know, and there again, like some of the guys were like, no, this whole experience was just a roller coaster of madness.
Yeah.
But then again, even them, they can't complain because, you know, they became the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, for fuck's sake. I mean,
right, yeah. And it's like because of him, like it wouldn't have happened without him.
Right.
And they kind of get into it. It's like, you know, we didn't understand this, but like starting up bands are not treated like this. You don't fly first class. You're not flying in private jets and getting the best shit. And they just didn't know because he started them off like that.
Right.
And it's like, and they even say the thing, like he wasn't robbing NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. Like they assumed, you know, like he had all this, he didn't. No. You know, he wasn't skimming off the top from them or doing any of that. He was robbing investors is what he was. That was who he was robbing.
Yeah. He was using their money to pay for all the stuff it was taking to give him that lifestyle.
Right.
You know,
and he was using their I guess their fame for like his own clout and to impress his own people, you know, and
he was traveling with his own he made famous people to travel with him so he could show off his famous people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the situation. Yeah.
Which is just hilarious if you think about it. It's like,
right.
How did you become famous? Well, I made a bunch of other people famous.
Yeah.
And then they made me famous.
When the crazy part is he even say they still broke up and all this happened, he still got the 60 mil. And if he would have paid his lawyer, like a lot of this shit probably wouldn't even happen.
No.
But he would have had 45 million and he could have continued on doing. He had like the shows over in the UK.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he ended up being tied up with the Nazis and somehow, which is kind of a left curve.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that part? Yeah. No. So the guys he was working with in Germany.
Oh yeah, those guys. Yes.
Yeah, those were affiliated with the Nazis in some way. They didn't really go deep into it.
No. Yeah, because they were the Zeppelin manufacturers.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. And strangely enough, all his Zeppelins crashed.
Well, then his buddy killed himself. That was crazy.
Yeah, because he found out what was actually going on.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty harsh.
Because there's like no way. I mean, the way that people tell it, I mean, you probably, if you were in his orbit, you probably didn't think any of this shit was happening untoward.
Right.
You're just like, hey, he's making stuff happen. He's got money. He does the plane thing. He does investments. He does talent management. And you're seeing him do all this stuff. So you're just assuming, oh yeah, it's all on the up and up. People are getting their money and until they're not, and until you find out what's going on, and the dude had all his mom's money invested in it. So,
yeah, I mean, it's always one of those things where it's like, you know, you should have stuck to the, like, you look back and you're like, man, you could have let that ride for a really long time.
Yeah.
You know? And it wasn't like they weren't making money. He was making money. He was making tons of money. Because I'm sure the residuals that he was just getting, like he had to pay out, but he's probably still owned some of the songs from the Backstreet Boys that he was still making money off of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I mean, you can let them have them back. You just have to pay me royalties on them. So I mean,
he still had the other bands.
Yeah. So I mean, he had. I mean, he must have just had one hell of a lifestyle habit that was just out of control.
Spending like crazy.
Like
I can't even fathom spending that much money.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of boggles the mind that like.
A side question to all this is, how many of these other bands did you know? I knew of O-Town.
Yes.
Natural, never heard of them in my life.
No.
There are like 3 or 4 more of them. Never heard of
I
him.
I knew he was working with Brooke Hogan.
I didn't know he was working with. I knew of Brooke Hogan, and she
Yeah.
sung, but I didn't know it was.
At the time, he was friends with one of the radio DJs down here at the time.
Oh, okay.
And so he would be like, he would call in the show on his way when he was driving from Clearwater over to Orlando for whatever he had to do with her. So yeah, and there again, he landed the Hogan deal, and that put him in like, oh, now I'm friends with Hulk Hogan, you know?
Right, yeah.
You know, I don't think Brooke ever had a chance. You know, he just wanted to be friends with his dad, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, apparently you want Hogan to, you know, even Trump wants Hogan, for God's sakes.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Brother. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, crazy guy. I mean, he'll always be one of my heroes, but the character, not Terry Bollea. Yeah.
But I just, besides the crazy ass story, I think that like the documentary I thought was great. The 3-part series, like they did a really good job on it.
Yeah, they definitely ticked all the boxes.
Yeah.
On and how crazy this all went down. You know, my thing is like the people they interviewed were definitely like some of the second tier people of this.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
they didn't have.
Not going to get the.
Yeah, you're not going to get Justin Timberlake.
You're not going to get Justin Timberlake. You're not getting Nick Carter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't get Nick Carter. I mean, that guy's like.
Whoa.
Yeah. You know, so I mean, there again, but it wasn't like they had somebody from everybody. So
they did, yeah.
And that I thought was the most important thing. So we got firsthand account of what they thought was going on.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and then you had like his secretary or his number two, the girl, that was just like, she didn't know what she was stepping into.
Right.
But you listen to her talk, and you're like, you were the ideal person because you knew nothing about what you were doing.
Yeah.
You just made it up as you went along, so you wouldn't know what to look for.
And that's why everyone thinks he's so great, and you know, he was to them.
Yeah.
Because all these people were nothing, but he knew them through some means, limo driver, anything. He's like, hey, I have a multi-billion-dollar business. I work with the Backstreet Boys, work with NSYNC. Come work for me. Like, who's not? Like, yeah, dude.
Well, and I thought the plane was the funniest one.
Yeah.
You know, he had you know, a picture of a plane. Like, you never flew on the plane anytime. Right. Like, where is this plane? Like, no one ever asked, where do you have this multi-passenger airplane that you have this picture of? Like, what happened to that thing? Like,
let alone the 40 or 50 he was supposed to have.
Yeah, like, where are these planes at? Like, we've all been to airports. We're not even flying on these things. Like, oh, well, they're rented out. They're rented out. Where are they rented out? Exactly. Like, where what, you know, can I charter this giant plane of yours? I mean,
exactly.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, like, sometimes you just sit there and like, are you stupid? But there again, you want to believe, you know, and you find the right people that want to believe you. You know, he hired that lawyer, and that's where he fucked up. Because
if he didn't stiff him, then he probably would have been all great. It would have been gravy for a long. He would have got caught at some point, but it would have been gravy for longer.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, that was so freaky.
Yeah. Yeah, the lawyer was pretty salty about the whole situation. And one of the Backstreet Boys, I can't remember his name. He was pretty salty too.
Yes, which there again, I get. I mean, it totally makes sense. Like, I mean, when you look at like the Backstreet Boys, you know, here they are. They're the first ones. They're doing all this, and then like, oh, by the way, we've made this other group NSYNC that we're hiding from you.
Dude, that was so cold right there. That was
like,
yeah,
you know. And it's like and then after that, it's like he's making all these other bands out of nothing, and it's just like, holy shit! Like,
doing his own America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And
like, these guys have no idea that it's him, you know.
Yeah.
And there again, you go, well, how does this guy not have money?
Yeah.
Is he literally just spending all this money and not making anything?
Yeah, and I think he was spending a lot of it on the bands themselves to impress them. Like, hey, look, I got this money. Well, you want to? Oh, we're flying first class if we don't have our own jet. Yeah.
Yeah, which there again, and that to me leans into the was he sleeping with one of them? I mean, was he molesting one of
I
them?
mean, it does seem like that, but no one came forward and said maybe the people that it happened to just didn't go on the show.
Yeah, but there was never anyone that accused him of that because they would have
Right.
covered it.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And they asked the one girl, they were like his girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he's
It's
like,
like
"Oh,
he
you're
tried
gonna
to
be my
kiss me
girlfriend,
once. Yeah.
huh?" And
He tried to kiss me once, is what she said. That's it.
yeah,
The whole time.
and like they talked to the secretary, and she's like, "I've never seen him with a guy or a girl. He just
Yeah. And his other buddies, like he's like, I would describe him as asexual.
yeah, he just liked being himself."
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, I mean, there are people like that. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
It's just weird to like you just expected the story to go there. And it
Yeah, I
never
did
did.
too. That was definitely weird. I was like, oh, he definitely molested one of them or something like
Yeah,
that.
no.
No,
Just like,
no, he
okay.
was just he liked to spend money and eat nice food.
And that's how he got his rocks off. Very, very,
Apparently.
very strange. Anything else you can think of that you
That I watched or about
No,
this?
I just on that. I know what I watched.
Yeah, I think we covered it all. I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was definitely a good documentary.
Better than I expected. I learned a lot of stuff that I was totally unaware of. So
Yep, we can file that into the category of wow, we know that. Don't need it for anything.
Listen, there's gonna be some kind of weird ass trivia at some point in our life, and we'll be able to pull it out.
There we go.
What year did Lou Pearlman die? 2016.
I won't remember. So, all right. So Netflix made these two really bad movies called Rebel Moon 1 and 2.
Is there a 3?
No, there's just 1 and 2. Okay. So that which we talked about, like I watched the first one and then we had to wait 6 months to watch the second one, and they were really bad, and it was just bad all the way around. Well, Netflix released a director's cut. The director was the guy who did Justice League, the remake of Justice League.
Oh, Zack.
Yes, Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
Okay, so he directed Rebel Moon 1 and 2. Somebody else edited it.
Right.
So they just came out with the director's cut, the
Snyder cut 2.
The Snyder cut of Rebel Moon 1 and 2.
Yeah.
God damn it. I tell you right now, there is absolutely no reason to let anybody other than Zack Snyder edit Zack Snyder's stuff. Because, I mean, they were terrible. Like, they were absolute trash. Like, I sat through the 6 hours of watching both 1 and 2 of his edit.
Yeah.
Why? Why did you come out with that trash only to let him re-edit it and come out with this amazing piece of work that made 100% more sense than the piece of shit we had? Like, totally different story.
Wow.
Like full different arcs. Like holy shit. Like, not even the same goddamn movie. Like,
he did the same thing with Justice League, essentially.
Yeah, two totally different movies.
Yeah.
Like that made so much more sense. Like, oh my god, I was like, this. I was texting Brian Mitchell at the time, and I was like, bro, have you watched this? He's like, yeah. He's like, it's not even the same movie. I was like, no, it's actually like awesome. Doesn't suck. You know, it was crazy. It was like totally. I was like, wow. They took out a bunch of shit that didn't. Somehow they made it longer by taking out other crap, which was like, oh, that makes sense.
I might have to check it out then.
But the director's cut was way better. Oh my gosh, it was so much better.
Yeah.
But other than Deadpool, I haven't watched anything else though.
So we're up at Derek's. We had one night where we had time to watch a movie, and he's got a really nice laser projector.
Oh, nice.
A nice 4K laser projector, a really nice surround sound system. So we're looking through movies, we're looking at trailers. When you got a nice surround system, you kind of want the movie to have a little pop to it, so if you're going to experience a movie.
Yes.
So we get caught by the Civil War trailer. Have you heard of the movie Civil War?
Yes.
Okay. It's about war photographers during a civil war where.
Welcome to Welcome to America.
Well,
America.
Exactly. And the trailer is dope. The trailer is dope. Like when you look at it. So in this world, California and Texas secede together.
Okay.
Two states you'd never expect to succeed together. Separately, sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's just their story going through what is left of the old United States, what is left. I love alternate history type stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And but it's just it has so much potential that it just squandered. Like it did.
Really?
Yeah, like the trailer, all the stuff in the trailer is there, but it's never clear. I think they did this on purpose. You never know who's the good and who's the bad guy. They want you to feel as you're the photographer. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
They're completely separate from it. They just want to take photos.
Right.
It kind of tells the story of them. But
Right.
when doing that, you kind of lost the rest of the story, and the payoff at the end wasn't as great because you just never got attached to any side.
Right, because you're a neutral party.
Because you're a neutral party. And so it was like, Derek was like, yeah, that really sucked. And I'm like, I don't think it sucked. He was like on a below 5. I was probably somewhere just above 5, maybe.
Oh, wow.
So it was really good concept. That just they didn't.
So when that becomes free on a pay-per-view of some kind, maybe watch it on a Saturday night and be like, oh wow. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not paying for that one. Okay, good.
They really got us with the trailer.
Yeah, oh no, because I heard somebody else be like, have you seen this? And I was like, no. And they were like, oh, that's pretty good. And I was like, really? Because it looks trashy.
Yeah.
No, it was pretty good. I was like, okay.
It seemed like the first third, you're like, okay, they're setting the groundwork for something here, and then it's just like it just never pays off the way you hope.
Yeah.
They do end it in spectacular fashion.
Of course.
But it just feels like it wasn't earned, So
just blow everything up.
Yeah, and you didn't have a connection to either side, so it didn't matter.
You didn't care.
Like who cares? As long as my main people don't die, I don't care what happens.
So I have a movie for this week.
Oh, okay.
So on Prime,
yep,
they just came out with a new movie called Jackpot.
Jackpot. Write it down.
Yeah, and it stars the comedy relief Asian girl from Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She is the star, and her co-star is our boy, John Cena.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
We were just talking about him in with another one of my buddies in
Ricky Stenicki.
Ricky Stenicki, yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole movie.
The premise for the movie is she moves back to California. In California, they have a lottery, and if you win the lottery, you have to survive for the next 24 hours. Anyone that has lost the lottery can kill you and take your money.
Oh shit.
So you're basically on the run for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he's positioned to save her. I don't know why. Right. It's just in the commercial. The trailer looks great. So I'm like, I'm down. It's John Cena. He's got a ton of one-liners in the previews. So I'm like, even if it's just these, it's going to be fantastic.
And John Cena's turning out to be like the best version of The Rock. What you would hope The Rock would have been, but he didn't end up being.
The Rock.
Yeah.
I like I said, I like where John Cena is going.
Yeah. Because he's legitimately funny. Like The Rock's not funny.
No. Oh, The Rock is terrible. Oh, yeah. The other movie I watched was with Batista, where he went back and did a part 2 to
I think I've seen a preview for one of them.
I don't remember what the hell it was on. Might have been on Netflix. Where his daughter, where he was like a special agent guy and a CIA operative, or anyways, he isn't working out like he used to, so he's gotten kind of small.
Yeah.
And it's like I feel like his acting ability has moved past him having to be a thug.
Right. Oh yeah, he's a good actor, I think.
Yeah. And so I mean, there's something to be like the one thing that I credit Arnold and Sly with is that like they always they always hit the gym. Like they always hit the gym. They were always ready to go, and they always looked the part.
Right.
This last movie that he did not look the part. He shrunk. He was a little small, and I mean it fit the idea because like he's in the office now,
Right.
so it's almost like he did it on purpose. But you wouldn't do that for this role. Like you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't like shrink down for a Netflix role. Like,
Right.
doesn't even make sense.
It's not a nobody.
Yeah. It's not like there's real money here. It's just like, hey, we're gonna pay you a couple grand. I mean, that's essentially what I'm sure they just have. Like, hey, we're gonna pay you $50,000 to make this movie. It's like, okay, sure, because that's all these movies are worth. But yeah, it was kind of weird. I was like, and the movie was terrible as expected. But it was a kids movie. It was like a tweeny movie where like mom and dad would watch it with their kids and everyone would laugh. And, oh, it's so funny. No. But no, I would love to see Batista and Cena in a movie together.
What? Who was in? So there was one where Cena was like an Army Ranger, and there was another WWF.
Yeah, that was like a long time ago, man.
Was that him though, or was that somebody else?
Wasn't Batista?
Okay, all right.
Yeah. No, but I would like to see I'd like to see those guys like do some meathead movie where they're both like 6 months in the gym, get them all jacked.
Dude, it'd be good. Him and Batista and Cena teamed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Arnold and
Sly.
I like someone a little bit bigger than Sly because he's kind of short, and he wouldn't be.
Dude, Arnold's 70 years old, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like the younger version and the older version, and some kind of crazy spy, whatever.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I think it'll be awesome.
I don't want to see Arnold do another movie, man.
Yeah,
I have a hard time
watching the one movies. What was it? The
TV show that he's doing.
No.
I haven't finished watching that.
Where they get all the people together. Them.
Oh yeah. Expendables.
The Expendables, yeah.
Yeah, but the last Expendables was terrible.
I didn't even watch. I've never.
It's not even worth watching. It was.
Terrible. I didn't even watch the first one all the way through.
Oh, the first one was fantastic. Like the first three were good. This last one was like, please, why? Why did you make this? This is so bad. Like Sly wasn't even in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he died in like the first 10 minutes.
Mm.
So they were just setting it up if what's his name?
Jason Statham.
Yeah, Jason Statham wanted to go off and like make more of these.
Yeah,
like he could. I don't think we're going to. I think they're just like, let's put a pin in this.
You know what my Expendables is? The Fast and Furious. That's my cross.
Yes. Oh, 100%. Yeah. And at some point we'll get a pin put in that, but I'm not holding my breath.
I'm ready for it, but
ready for it to be over. Just peel the Band-Aid off and let's just move on.
Let's just finish, man. Because I'm in now. Like I'm in too deep. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, like it's funny because like if you think about how many movie series have done 13 movies, and at the last one you were just as excited as the first one. You want to know the only one of those that ever did that? The only movie series. Think about it, 13 movies.
Yeah.
There's probably one.
Possible or Bond.
No.
What was it? The let me action. No, it's his name. Charles Bronson.
No.
I can't think of it then.
Harry Potter.
Oh, I hated the other ones though. Like the
doesn't matter.
Which Dumbledore or whatever. Those
were terrible. I didn't even count those. Those 3 movies. No, those are shit.
Those suck.
But there was Harry Potter. There was 13 movies in Harry Potter, and you were just as excited to see the first one as you were the last one.
Yeah.
Like you could not wait, and they were all fucking good. Like they never, ever pulled a penny.
Yeah.
Like if anything, they just kept getting more and more expensive. And
I think we've seen every, save for the first one because we weren't hip. But as soon as like Harry Potter came out and started becoming a thing, like every movie after that, me and Cassie went and seen the movie theater.
Yeah, I was the same way. I didn't know anything about it. Then I started reading the books, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is a thing."
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. But no, that's the anomaly there, right? I mean, that they could do, other than that, maybe you had The Hobbit. That was 6 movies.
Yeah.
The whole Lord of the Rings / The Hobbit, where everyone was like, I mean, even Star Wars is 9 movies, cool, but no one was excited about the last 6 movies.
No.
No, you're just like, no, like too many people, just screwed that up. The whole Kathleen Kennedy last 3 movies, you suck, bitch. Oh, and they did cancel The Acolyte.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, they were like, that's canceled. Oh, thank God! What a waste. And this next version, what is it? Stowaways or some stupid? Basically, it's a kid movie where what's the one movie where the kids all go walking on the train track? Stand By Me.
Yeah.
They're making Stand By Me.
They're remaking it?
No, it's the next Star Wars TV show is Stand By Me. It's legit. Like, you watch the trailer for it, I can't even. It's like,
you want to see a dead Wookiee?
Yeah, it's legit. It's legit what it is. It even starts out in a subdivision.
Oh,
and you're just like, wait, what the is going on? Oh, so bad.
Yeah. Stand By Me. That's a banger though. Well, I watched that like just last year. I hadn't watched it in so long.
Yeah, but that's what they're making, just with a Jedi. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, well, way to go, guys.
Keep rolling in the dirt. Might as well.
All right, so we got a plan. We got a movie.
Jackpot on Amazon Prime.
Jackpot.
There you go.
All right. Well, hey, guys, that's the show. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to tune in next week if you like. Thank you for tuning in this week, and we're out of here. You guys have a great night.